For this week's Sports Star Spotlight, we're headed to the West Coast to meet Southern California's latest high-profile quarterback. This wasn't exactly how Miller Moss planned on spending his fall. The quarterback from Bishop Alemany High School misses the Friday night lights and working with all of his teammates. But instead, no games are being played, and his football activities have been mostly limited to working with trainers.
Miller has surprised me and impressed me with how nimble he's been at dealing with the ever-changing circumstances. He has been training so hard. He trains like 6 days a week. He does his quarterback training, he does strength and conditioning training, and he's just starting speed training.
So it's been a crazy year. It's definitely been a year that I learned a lot about myself in terms of kind of relationships and what I want to do and my love for the game and kind of stuff like that. So it's definitely taught me a lot. It's given me a lot of extra time to work on my game and my craft going into college.
While he isn't getting a chance to showcase it this year, Miller is one of the best quarterbacks in America. Any coach or trainer who has worked with him can testify he has both the leadership as well as the physical abilities you expect from a top QB.
You know, Miller's a great quarterback. You know, he's showcased that ever since he stepped foot into high school. The leadership that he brings, the talent, how he connects with his teammates, those are things that he's just naturally had.
In terms of my strengths as a quarterback, I feel weird just saying like I'm great at this or I'm great at that, but I do think I'm very accurate. I think I have a good understanding of the game, and I think I work really hard at it because I love it. Putting in extra work, putting in extra time to anything, specifically football, is really, really important. I think that's the only way to distance yourself if that's what you really want to do.
Had things gone according to plan, Miller would actually be at a different school. Before the coronavirus shutdown, he had planned to play his senior season at Mater Dei High School so he could play a national schedule and better prepare for his future at USC.
That was really just to put himself in the best position possible to be prepared to go to USC. As we know, that didn't really work out since California shut down all fall sports.
Mater Dei is obviously a really prestigious program. They're one or two in the nation every single year. So obviously I'm disappointed I'm not going to get the chance to play for them, but it was a really special opportunity and one that I felt like I couldn't pass up.
That was another challenge that he had to kind of navigate and pivot to the next thing.
Since he's unable to play for Mater Dei, Miller decided to return to Bishop Alemany to finish up his high school coursework, and he's also taking some advanced placement classes to get a jump start on college.
So Miller actually worked really hard in spring and put himself in a position where he could graduate after 3 years of high school, except for 2 religion classes if he's going to a Catholic school. If he had been going to public school, that graduation in 3 years would have been really easy.
Growing up, academics was always something that was emphasized from my mom and my dad. If you don't kind of have your things in order, then the thing that was taken away was sports. It wasn't like video games or whatever it may be, but like you weren't allowed to go to practice. That's kind of how it was growing up.
Miller is a well-rounded individual. In addition to his academic success and his athletic ability, he's also a talented artist, and he likes being involved in his community with social justice causes. He saw USC as the perfect place for him to pursue his many interests going forward.
Yeah, I mean, USC was the right place for me for a number of reasons. I think one, obviously being that I grew up in LA, so I think you're partial to USC football, growing up playing football in Los Angeles. And obviously I had a lot of great opportunities, but I think, and this goes back to kind of what makes the quarterback position attractive to me, and that USC is such a great combination of an academic institution as well as like one of the best football programs historically. So that's really what made it a perfect fit for me.
As a parent, I'm very grateful that he is such a serious student. I mean, part of it is the culture of our family. It's an important aspect to our household, but most of it is really just innate to him. And being a quarterback, I didn't know very much about it before he embarked on this journey, but being a quarterback requires a certain cerebral engagement, and I think it really adds to his game.
You know, Miller has a career ahead of him. I mean, the kid's gonna do some special things in college, and he's gonna get a chance to play in the NFL.
I mean, in long-term dream, you might think I'm crazy if I wanted to say I'd want to be the greatest quarterback of all time. But I mean, that's always been kind of my goal. I didn't have to play football growing up, you know what I mean? Like I play football because I love playing football. And shoot, maybe I'll be president after that, you don't know. But yeah, I mean, I've always kind of set my goals and aspirations high. I want to make a difference beyond football, but I also really, really love football, and I want to be the best possible player I can be.
Thanks for checking out Sports Stars of Tomorrow on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and please subscribe to our channel so you see all of the latest content.